Enchantress picked up by Cignal Ultra, Boom Esports, they go for the Nyx Assassin, which we have been seeing coming back into popularity. You know, it kind of has been performing to my disgust, because I don't like seeing this hero very much, mostly because it makes you happy, John. We do see the PA come up for the side of Cignal Ultra now, though, and I guess it's an interesting pick. You natural Deso carrier, armor corruption later on with the talent. It could be a bit rough into the Nyx Assassin, though, with the Spike Carapace, I would argue, but I suppose apart from that, you haven't really got much in the way of dealing with the PA yet with this draft from Boom.
Yeah, not quite yet. And Signal Ultra, they're going with a lineup that can be fairly active early, at least with the Enchantress Marana, and you're tied once you have 6. You can maybe force something out with an early Ravage. I want to see what Signal Ultra plans with their PA, whether or not they rush this Battle Furies we tend to see, or if we just see a fighting focus. I think it should just be a straightforward Battle Fury rush that we've seen over and over again. Boom, do pick up a Doom. Now, that is one way to handle this PA. Just Doom her up. Suddenly, she just doesn't do anything. It's a glorified melee creep, and that should give them a solid way of running around. You do have 2 heroes to kind of tether towards. Gosh, I feel like I got that one wrong this time. Tether towards. You can run around with your Sven or just relocate the Doom, get the Doom off in the back line. That is one way to get the fight started for Boom. So I think this is a more balanced IO draft from Boom Esports compared to yesterday. We just need to see what the Mikado hero is. That's where all the questions lie. What Mikado wants to play mid to be a little bit more active.
Oh, John, I appreciate your pronunciation of Tether. It's good to see that you're trying actively to fix your pronunciation. By the way, John, I've been meaning to tell you, I think you may have done something to other casters.
Yeah,
Your pronunciation of Minotaur Horn, you say Minotaur a lot of the time.
yeah, yeah.
And I've been noticing other casters pronouncing it the same way. Now, mind you, these other casters are native English-speaking casters, but I have a feeling they might have heard you say Minotaur Horn, and they've kind of just gone with it. I believe it is Minotaur, though. Is it not? Am I the wrong one here?
I have no clue. Don't ask me. I'm apparently not a native English speaker, Mike. No, I wouldn't know. I just feel like Minotaur sounds more Greekish. You know, it's
You
like I don't
think?
know. I don't know. I
All
have
right.
no clue.
I'm
I
going to
have
be
no
pretty
clue.
embarrassed if I'm the wrong one, so I better just, I don't know, type it into Google, get the Google voice to talk about it, or, say it out
Yeah,
loud.
I
Maybe
suppose.
that'll fix everything, and I'll be 100%
Probably.
sure. Final
Google will
banouts,
decide
John.
for us, Mike. Yeah.
Google will. Final
Mm,
banouts.
it's gonna be the mids. You see the Void Spirit band out here. DP banned out by Boom, which is interesting because we haven't seen too much DP. DP would have been a longer cooldown in your tide as well. So you're talking about Ravage and Exorcism. I don't think that was a very strong pickup for Signal if they opted for it. But you're in this situation where you could potentially go for Ember or Storm on either side. TA banned out here as well for Boom. So the the 3 major Spirit Brothers that we tend to see mid are still available. Everyone except Void Spirits kicked out of the party. So you have those options. In fact, we haven't seen them as much as we used to, right? Like the past, at least for today, we haven't seen that many of the Spirit Brothers. That's been a bit strange as well. They just tend to be in every other game.
Hmm.
We'll see if they do get ignored this time, but they are in the pool. And yeah, it's still fully in the pool. They banned out the Kunkka instead, so both sides could opt for those highly mobile heroes. Boom has better hold with the Nyx, but they go with a Snap. So
That's another
fascinating.
hero.
It's going to be Mikado Snap.
Well, that's another hero we haven't seen today, surprisingly enough, and it's been a rather broken hero, I want to say, especially once you get the Aghanim Scepter. Things get a bit silly. Obviously, it does do pretty good work, though, up against the PA with all the magic damage you have. The Enchantress kind of melts as well. It's going to be a tough game into that Snapfire, I think, for Cignal Ultra, especially considering they don't have anything to cancel the Mortimer's Kisses from a mile away. They still do have the option to pick something up, but like, what are you really going to choose here? Like, you're not going to pick up a Silencer or anything like that. They're going to go for a Slaughter. So they just want to really dominate this Sven, it seems. Is that a mid
Hmm.
Slaughter?
Yeah, old
Okay.
school.
So up
That
against
is
the
so
Doom.
old school. Yeah.
It kind of makes sense, though. Up against the mid Doom, you just dominate the lane.
No, it's a mid snap, Mike. It's
Oh, of
that is
course.
scary.
Okay.
Scatterblast against Emil here. We've talked about this multiple times. Jamesy, you got to watch your spacing there because Mikado should have a good time, especially once you get Cookie up, right? So level 2, level 3 spike is going to be big. Cookie forward, stun him up, get the Scatterblast, clear the wave, get some damage. It's fairly straightforward for the snap. We'll see if Jamesy can hold out, but that is a pretty scary lane for Slardar, I have to say. Not going to be easy for Jamesy, this one.
Okay. Well, oh, good news, John. No dad bod tied.
Oh my god, yes. Van,
We
thank
have
you. He saved
a
us.
normal tide hunter. Look at that. Muscular chest.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really like an ab, a six pack or anything going on, but it's a very muscular tide hunter. That's what we
Yeah.
like to see.
That it is. I'm just bothered now because I'm so used to just seeing that tentacle arm. The Tide's hands are so weird. Now I'm bothered by his hands. Look at him. It's strange. They're just like just one messy set of faces. That's not
Even
very detailed.
the thing, the skirt he's wearing or whatever it is, the seaweed.
Yeah, just distorts that texture. Oof.
Two-dimensional.
Maybe it's time to update some of these things without an Arcana. They did give Slaughter a facelift, right? And Viper. I think Tidehunter could use some love. Look at that. Poor guy.
They gave him a facelift, but then they gave him a cosmetic with a helmet that blocks his face. So I'm not sure if that was the way to do it, but they've done it that way. Who cares at this point, John?
Yeah. It is what it is. Still, I mean, I was talking down the Slaughter. To Cignal Ultra's favor, though, you do now have the PA Slaughter, right? So you have it there. I have to say, I am slightly worried about the damage issues we saw in our first series, right? So you might have this minus armor, but Sven Warcry is 15 armor. So you're just taking away Corrosive Haze as a spell already off the bat, just once you've got the levels up on your Sven. And that can be devastating. Doom tends to build armor items as well. So you have this really good early game spike for Cignal, but I don't think you actually want to go too late because the armor strat just sort of loses value considering the buildups that Boom might be looking for here. So it's another thing to watch out for Cignal Ultra.
There is a lot of minus armor, though. I mean, it's a lot. How much does Gush do at max level? 7 armor reduction. That's kind of nice. See how it all stacks up. And see what kind of build Dreamersaur goes for this game as well. Whether he does go a similar build to yesterday, or whether he is going to mix it up a little bit. I mean, I'm sure his farm is still going to be, really quick. But is it going to transition well into the later stages of the game up against this PA? Only time will tell.
Yeah. We'll see. I still, he's queuing up the Mask of Madness. He's going into the standard power treads. That should be fairly straightforward. Doesn't look like we're going to be seeing scuffles here. I think the one to watch out for as well is a bot's lane. So PA against Doom is not so bad considering you have the dagger, but you still have to watch out when you close up. I think you're also looking at the Doom to just basically free farm. So FBZ should be able to dip in, get Devour off, and once you've got levels in Scorched Earth, you should be even. So I think the bot lane should be slower. The top lane, I mean, you talked about it. It's the IO Sven. That is up against the Tide plus Mirana, but IO Sven is just so hard to bully out, right? Like, there's only so much you can do there. So that leaves mid where this action should break off, and you've got Jamesy on the Slardar up against Mikado's Snap, and Jamesy already has the Crush. Now, Crush does have pretty good range, right? Like, it's a pretty big, wide AoE, so he can actually clear out the creep wave well. But Mikado Scatterblast is also devastating. So you've got to watch the back and forth there. And Jamesy has to find as much as he can before Mikado hits that level 3 spike.
That he does. Mikado already going to give it to him, though. A lot of harassment out with this Snapfire. Have a quick look at the other lanes, though. Kescute copping a lot of damage there from Grims on the Enchantress, but he's going to be able to salve up and walk away. Of course, Abat is going to be there up against FBZ. FBZ, the backbone of the team for Boom Esports, is going to have a rough lane for sure. Of course, on the Doom, you can catch up very, very easily in terms of net worth with your Devour. but Grims is going to be able to make it as hard as humanly possible for him to be able to farm up without copping a hell of a lot of punishment. And back-to-back going to jump in, and they do get the first blood. That's how you do it. Enchantress, just a very lane-dominant support to have.
And it was a bit of a mistake from Kezcute. He went for the pull while it was pushing into their tier 1, and that just cost him. And Kezcute needs to watch his spacing a bit. FBZ not going to be too happy about that, but I think you got to consider this as well, right? Like, the Doom up against Enchantress can also be hard for an Enchantress if you do go for Enchant. You drag your creep up, it's free food for the Doom. The Grims will have to watch that spell use, but right now at level 1, impetus is all you need, and well, he is applying that good harass. Kezcute needs to find a way to zone it out, and this is one downfall of this lane as well. It's dual melee up against Ench. You're not trading favorably at all if you're that Nyx assassin.
Don't get too carried away with your pronunciation skills, John. Impetutus. It's that's a new one. Dream Assault top lane. He's been having a rough time there with Hyde. Hyde had to walk all the way back to the fountain because Eris and Van were really giving it to the IO, and it's something you can do rather effectively with the Gush, being skilled up over the Kraken Shell early on. Just the value point gives that minus armor, gives that slow on the damage. With Eris around on the Mirana, you can get a lot of right-click harass out onto Hyde, and of course Dream Assault. Looks like Hyde is going to have to settle for just stacking up the small camp and, of course, getting a pull later on as this lane is starting to push the way of Cignal Ultra. Yeah,
and they're going to enjoy that early farm on Van. Should allow him some fast escalation into the Vlad. So again, building up on that durability that the Tide will have. We're going to have to see what kind of response they can go for. And just these small plays, Eris intercepting Hyde means that the pull's not going to happen. And, you know, your IO is just constantly low. It makes it a lot harder to maintain that presence. It's just pulling away.
That is a really nice pull from Hyde, I gotta say. That is a very, very nice pull. I didn't think he was going to get it off either, John, but he does. It is going to be intercepted anyway, and Van is just going to go ahead and take the small camp. But, you know, give credit where credit's due. That was a nice little play.
Yeah, it is. Does at least give some space out to Dream Assault. The only lane where Cignal's really struggling is that mid. You can see Mikado really pull ahead there in the snap, 20-5, up against her Slardar 16-2. It's not as bad for JMC as it could be, but Mikado's definitely having a good run. They're going to have to rotate here.
Oh, nice arrow out from Eris with the enchant out from Grims. They're not going to kill Mikado, but they will at least get some harassment out. And Jamesy will be allowed to go ahead and bottle up the Arcane Rune for himself. That's going to allow him to stay in this lane. So he has been having an extremely tough time up against Mikado on this Snapfire. But I do like the fact that Grims is rotating between the bottom and mid lane. The Enchantress does tend to drop off quite a bit, so you've really got to be as impactful as possible. And securing 2 lanes over 1 is always going to be much, much better.
It definitely is, and FBZ can't really find anything now. Like, it's basically a free lane for a bot. Just entirely free. They're not even contesting the PA, they're just trying to bully out Grims, but FBZ now.
Gets a stun off, but James, he should easily get the crush, or maybe not. The sprint does wear off, but no. Ooh. Impale is nice from Kezcute, and Mikado going to be there with a scatter blast. They do protect FBZ. It's a team effort there to make sure that Doom got out of there, but he does eventually get himself out.
Yeah, it's a huge response out just to get that done, but you're overall kind of happy for Boom. Cignal is still getting free farm on a bot. You worry about this PA's Battle Fury timing. It is going to be fairly quick. Like, we're looking at power treads flying in already. You're going to have the damage, you're going to have the stats. And level 6 is not too far for a bat. FBZ still has to hit 5.
He does. FBZ getting chased down. A bat has plenty of slow. And they are playing this very well, Cignal Ultra. Gonna say, over every game today, the best part about this team has been their laning stage. They seem to be very, very good at securing good lanes.
They definitely are, and they do manage to make it work now. Jamesy did lose the haste, but I'm not sure if Kezcute can really maximize it.
Oh, without that impel, he can't. Grim's going to come in now. Spike Carapace going to be ignored, but there's your Mortimer's Kisses coming out. They do get Jamesy. Impaled out as well from Kezcute. They will get a second. It does work out, Mikoto. Nice rotation there with the Snapfire. Does ensure that Kescute does get what he came and paid for. They do need these kills right now because they were falling quite behind Cignal Ultra.
Yeah, and they found the kills and the creep army of the Enchantress. So Mikado's doubly pleased with picking that up. They have swapped lanes now, so with our Sven jungling, FBZ gets to play up top where it's not as hellish with just Van around, but this also means that our Tidehunter just continues to escalate. 40-4, and then 48-14 for a bot down bot. Your two side lanes are just dancing with joy here if you're Cignal Ultra, and it's just, you're just shafting Jamesy, but does that really matter when, you know, your Slaughter at this point is just going to be a corrosive haze machine? Not at all. He gets his level 6 at a decent time. You're still pretty happy as a Slaughter.
True. Looking back to Dreamer Soul, John, his farm has been not too bad, but definitely not great. So working towards the Mask of Madness now, trying to take some stacks. Eris is going to be as disruptive as possible, just soaking XP, taking some last hits away with that Starfall and the arrow. I do like this little play from Eris, just being a bit of a pest for the Sven. Sometimes you have nothing to do, so you just annoy the other team.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a smart play as well. You're contesting the stacks. You're ensuring that Dreamosel doesn't get to farm up freely, which is really the only big worry Cignal has here. So they're just ensuring that they've got to put more work in. They still have space out in the map, even with Eris leaving lane. They're going to go mid.
I love these rotations out from Grims and Eris. I really think they're doing a great job just making this Enchantress pick look so powerful. He does it again. Meanwhile, bot lane, however, the PA was left alone, so the Doom will be committed. FBZ does not have the Scorched Earth, so I'm not sure if they can really keep up. And they can't. Jamesy is going to be there to cut them off and chase down Kescute. Gets the bash. Spike Carapace might save Kescute. But the sprint, the dagger, is going to be enough. And that's going to be your first Doom of the game, being wasted essentially on a bat.
It's not what you want to see here. They might be able to get Grims, though.
Hey, Grims. It's actually going to run away. The enchant slowing down Dreamer Cell, and yeah, he gets out. That is disgusting. However, a bat, bot lane, in danger. 70 HP, Mortimer's kisses. Can he land one? The Juke's out from a bat. He's trying his best to sidestep. He's going to make it. Oh, a bat. He was really doing the salsa there, John. Bit of a dance, bit of a boogie, bit of a cat jam. He'll get out.
Yeah, there's spectacular moves coming out from Cignal both ways. It's so difficult for Boom when they can't find these early kills. They're not falling behind too badly, mind you. You are seeing good farm coming out from Dreamosel, as is the nature of our Sven. They lose their top tier 1, but they're trying to pressure bot. Doom does not push particularly well, though, so they're not going to find an objective trade, and Cignal are just fine with that.
We're about to approach the 10-minute mark. Bounty Rune's going to be quite important for Boom, as they are falling just a little bit behind. Most of their net worth is just purely on Dreamosel, who has found himself on the top of the net worth board, as he generally does do. Bot lane, Eris going to try and get started onto Kescute. A nice stun out from Grims' creep. Does ensure they can steal that bounty away, and it's back onto Kescute on that Nyx Assassin. Kescute trying to run. He cannot make it out. Just the cherry on top for Cignal. Bounty and a Nyx Assassin kill.
Just finding freebies all across the map. Still holding out, still buying a lot of space here for a bot. He's waiting for the Battlefield, just the Perseverance left. So not much to farm up for. You do have the damage out on your PA. You're feeling a lot better. Now, Boom is still highly efficient for Dreamosel, but this is exactly what we saw when they ran the IO Sven last time as well. Dreamosel is just not impacted. The key thing is they have to make that worthwhile. Now, the big difference here is that Mikado is actually getting a good scale up to the Ags. So once you have the snap Ags, you can play with a Gobble Up Nyx, Gobble Up Doom, and I think that gives you opportunities.
They've gone to the Tide. Stomp is going to be out from FBZ with the kisses to fly out, and even Dreamosel going to be relocated in. And for some, Hyde gets the kill on the IO. Of all things, the IO gets the kill. Still a good kill to get. Does cost a lot of rotations, but it's well worth it. Well, Hyde's actually going to be relocated out by himself. It looks like the rest of Boom are going to group up, and Hyde TP's back to the bot lane. So they do need to get that tier 1 bottom tower. Dream Missile will want to start farming the triangle. That is what they'll get done. But they are going to need someone to defend the mid lane, as that tier 1 is going to cop a bit of damage. So Makoto will come over and will try to protect it, but there are so many heroes here from Cignal Ultra. I don't think he can really defend this by himself. Looks like he can't. He's just going to go down.
Yep, and Cignal's going to be fine with that. Tier 1 bot for Tier 1 mid. You're going to win out in Cignal Ultra's end. You're still playing the stall game rather well. But Battle Fury, I think, is just about 300 gold off or less. You're going to have that fairly soon. And once you have that, you're dancing. You can just farm even better. Van has not been rushing for the first Ravage. They've just been so patient. Cignal's not in a hurry. They're fine with kind of trading farm like this. I think they understand that the PA should be able to get some good spikes in. The pressure is more on Boom to get this even distribution because they are behind a tower.
Ooh,
But a bot
ends up getting Kescute. Kescute having a pretty rough game so far, John. 3 deaths, 0 kills on the Nyx Assassin. Is at least the level 7 mark, so he does have the Vendetta, but life has not been easy for our Nyx Assassin.
No, it's been a tough game. His lane was just so hard. We talked about the dual melee against Enchantress, just not a fun time. Has no opportunity to roam around. Has Vendetta, but I don't think the rest of his team's really ready to play around Vend, unless they really just want to throw Dreamo Cell in front with a relocate. But it's been a bit trickier here to really maximize that, and that's just one of these hurting points for Boom. Compare that to how much Eris has gotten on the map, running around as the Mirana, setting up with the arrow plays. It's not been as active for Boom.
He's going to go after FBZ. He does get the stun off preemptively, but they pop the drums, chase him down, get the bash off, and FBZ. See you later. He's gone. This tough game continues now for Boom Esports. It seems like they're going to be solely relying on Dreamer Cell. Everyone else on Boom is just not really performing or not having a great game. Maybe once Makoto has the axe, he can get a bit more involved, but for now, they're going to try onto Eris. Cookie's there, they do get the kill. So a nice little setup there from Kescute. It does look like they'll just back off now. Still a slow game, 7-4, 2k net worth lead hit for Cignal. Do you get concerned if you are Cignal about this Ven, John? Do you think they worry about Dreamer Cell?
I don't think they're worried about him per se. I think they've got a game plan. They understand the timings this Sven wants to hit. You worry about the PA kind of just getting ignored in these fights, so the Sven can just easily, focus on everyone else, try to get the cleave off and get damage off that way. But overall, I think Cignal's just hitting their power spike real well. Boom might be able to hunt well here though, but they were scanned.
Eris. Scout out, goes on to Kescute. He does have help around the corner. Looks like the Impale and Runaway will be enough here. Now just buying more time for Dreamer Soul to just farm up this BKB he wants. Similar build to yesterday, by the way, John. BKB into the AC. Is not looking for the Aghanim Scepter by the looks of it on the Sven. See if this is going to pay off this time around. Seems like he may get kited. Only time's going to tell. Not sure about this at all.
I think you miss out on a lot of the burst if you don't go for Ags. That's something people sometimes forget. The Ags adds a free attack when you land in, and you combine that with your Echo Saber, you're basically getting 3 hits near immediately. So that's the key of the burst of the Sven. And without that Axe, you just can't get it done. And Cignal, they know they're strong, straight into the Roche pit. They're going to melt right through it.
That they are. Minus armor is very nice when you're fighting Roshan. Poor Roshan doesn't have very much armor right now with that Corrosive Haze on. Go down, a bat will take the Aegis. Off they go. Still 7-4. But the net worth lead is at 3k, and let's have a cheeky look at Dota Plus, see what it's thinking. is currently 74% the way of Cignal, which you can't really disagree with that. Like, it's... They have the answers for the Sven. Nobody else on Boom is really up there in net worth. I mean, Makoto's third in net worth, but his presence hasn't really been that impactful yet.
Not just yet. The Ags is almost done, though, for Mikoto. That's going to be a major spike for him. About 500 gold off. Once you have that, you should feel a bit comfier. The question is, who do you toss in? You already have a Blink on your Doom, so perhaps consider tossing in Kezcute for the immediate Impale follow-up. That could be good, and they might want to reveal this Blink on FBZ, but Eris isn't really the highest target, so probably not going to want to expand Doom there. The big issue right now for Boom is that they're just playing this waiting game against a PA that's keeping up with his Sven. I think if you're keeping up with his Sven, you're doing a mighty fine job, especially since they have really prioritized Dreamo Cell. Your farm distribution and your other cores are really smooth as well. You have your Blink and Van, you have your Blink and Jamesy. We have not yet seen Van commit a Ravage. They've been winning these fights without Ravage. Just the results of that should change once Van does commit. With the BKB on Dreamo Cell done, though, the Ravage is not going to hold him down if he gets it off first, but there's a 50-50 chance, depending on how you blink in, of course, that you might catch the Sven out, and that could be detrimental.
Boom Esports just going to roam around, back to the triangle, back to farming. More minus armor now for a bat, as he does have the Desolator up. And in we go, but FBZ, he's waiting with the blink. He can get a two-man stun off and does, but there's your Ravage out. Capturing two, and they just melt. Not even close. Boom Esports. Gonna keep this farm up on Dreamo Cell. And, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. They left a Philosopher's Stone, Mike. In that... with a relocate. Okay.
No. Hyde's a support player, John. He would never leave it. He'd go back. Even if it meant his life, he would go back.
That's so traumatic. We saw that happen before. It's just so sad. You see two Philosopher's Stone on the enemy team, and you just get depressed. It's like, man, it's not right.
Plus 120 GPM? Is it? No, wait, it's plus 180, right? I don't know.
Plus 140. 140.
I don't use Philosopher's Stone, John. I play like a man. Hyde. Gonna run away, but does go down.
I thought you said you were a support player, Mike. How do you not know? Stone.
Real supports don't need gold, John. Wards are free.
That's true. That's true. Very true, Mike. And with that, Cignal, they get the opening to go for that bot Q1. They might find something mid, though.
Yeah, they might. Eris goes down. T1 tower going to go down as well. Looks like Cignal Ultra not too interested in defending. Oh, maybe they will. I'm kind of shocked Boom didn't just finish off that tier 1 tower. It's kind of like, you know, 2 hits away. You may as well. James will just do it for them.
Yeah. Peculiar choice from Boom, but...
Well, they have found a target. Who is that? It's going to be the Tide Hunter. So a nice little pick off there. FBZ will be the one to take the kill. Dan will just cop the death. Into the mid lane, a bat is around. Dreamo Cell gonna run right past. They're on the chase for Jamesy, but he's on the river right now, so he is not gonna be chased down very easily. Not with that sprint active. We do have a quick pause out as Van has disconnected. You have a bit of a packet loss apparently.
Yeah, it's been a bit consistent there for Cignal, unfortunately, but they've been doing well despite it.
Would you say they've lost Cignal, John?
It's very hard for me to make Cignal jokes, Mike, because I've casted for Cignal. So I can't quite say it, but yes, I'll say it here. They're not watching. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, they are losing Cignal. That it is. Unfortunately, Mike.
There was some joke going around in the first couple days we were casting the Monster Energy Summit 13, John, where people were saying network a lot in the chat, and I still haven't figured out why. I think someone may have accidentally said network instead of net worth. I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the chat can tell us what it was about. So I actually have no idea. I've been wondering for a few days now. what that's about.
Well, for me, it doesn't quite matter because network is funny. Our network is funny.
Yes.
Wait, I swear I just heard drums. Now I feel like I'm going insane too. Because
Drums?
okay, so I've got noise cancellation happening, so you don't hear the cacophony of dogs and roosters outside my home.
We
But
do.
then I just heard drums.
Oh.
Sometimes it slides through because there's only so much software can do. I don't know why. This condenser mic's a little bit more sensitive, so it just doesn't clear out. But there were drums going off. It just felt like a madman. It felt like it was coming from the game, but I don't. Yeah, there are drums in Jamesy. It's not like he casually popped them.
Well, he
I don't
couldn't
know,
anyway,
maybe.
John. He was kind of paused in the game. I don't think it's
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. I think something's wrong. I'll get myself checked. Don't worry, Mike.
Thank you, John. I think you should have done that years ago. Well, better late than never.
That's
Cignal Ultra. Still in the lead. 6k net worth lead for them. Boom Esports. Playing a very slow game. You're getting towards that AC now for Dreamer Soul. They haven't really figured out the part where you kill a bat though, right? Like he's gonna have a BKB on the way. I believe the recipe is on the courier as we speak. And after that BKB's up, how do you kill him?
Oh.
Well, there goes FBC. He's gone.
Ooh. Yeah, nah, this is a tricky one. I mean, they can still doom up a bot through the BKB, so I think that's fine. It's just that FBZ has not been active enough in the doom to truly get that done. You gotta love the dedication here from Cignal. They take the tier 2. They already have this medallion on their tide, so they're just really piling on the minus armor and more.
Another kill. Hyde's going to go down. Dreamer Soul going to go for a bit of a run, but a bat is going to be there to follow up. Jamesy is there.
Oh.
Nice gobble up though into a massive impale on Dreamer Soul with the cleave, with the guard strength. Does shred them apart. Very nice turnaround there on the staircase. Dreamer Soul gets his sweet, sweet revenge.
That, I feel like we've waited a full day for that, Mike. I think the big turnaround with Sven. It took since yesterday and more. Eris.
Eris is going to go down. Makoto does pick him up with the scatter blast. There we go.
Total spawned.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Like, you lose your IO first, and apparently you don't need it in the equation at all. They just find it. Look at Kescute trying to right-click Grims. That doesn't work, Kescute.
That does though. So the spike carapace on the side.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, the game continues. 2k net worth lead now is dropping back the way of Boom Esports.
It's a pretty big drop as well. They had a nearly 6k lead there on the side of Cignal. If you look at the EXP graph, though, that's where it's a bit scary for Cignal. They lost a 4k EXP lead, 3.5k EXP lead. Now it's like 2k EXP the way of Boom. So they're hitting their level spikes a lot faster. We're talking about level 18 on Mikato coming out super quick. And that's a really scary point. The damage that the Snapfire has is not to be underestimated.
Grims, gobble up is going to stun him up. BZ misses the stomp, but should still get the kill eventually. Yeah, do get there. And it looks like Dreamer Soul's trying to farm up a Silver Edge, so that's going to be the answer for him in terms of the PA, just breaking the PA and then dealing with it that way. Mind you, you do still have to hit the PA to get the break, so to get that done first, but I guess it's one way to do it.
Yeah, I don't mind this too much. I think it enables Dreamer Soul to also just run around a lot more. He does want to be active. It gives him a way of escaping in case they dive too deep. And all of a sudden, Mike, 1k net worth lead is just down for Cignal. They drop a couple of times, and they can only sit and stare as their tier 2s fall. They have to wait for this next Ravage from Van. If it's up, they should probably force a fight, but now they have so many targets to worry about. They need to know where Mikato is, they need to know where Kescute is before any of these fights break out, and they don't quite have the information mapped to really play around here yet.
Looks like Eris is going to take the die outpost away. Van working towards the Solar Crest, so even more minus armor. I mean, they've got plenty of minus armor on the side of Cignal Ultra. That's really not the problem here. Boom Esports. Looks like they're going to group up again. Nope, back to farming. More farm to be had.
Yeah, they've got room for it. Dreamsol is about to hit his level 20 spike. So we're talking about more movement speed or a lower Stormhammer cooldown. Already has the Dispel on, so the spammability of that hammer is going to be big and, well...
Double up. Perfect from Makoto. Yeah, we're just going to try and run. Makoto should have the control. Scatter Blast will be there. He'll get the kill.
Oh.
Buyback is out. FBZ's trying to fight in the mid lane. Mortimer's Kisses are going to be out. The PA is going to go down to Makoto and the Mortimer's Kisses. They're going to check for a Roshan, but they are 25 seconds off. Very unlucky, but maybe they'll check again.
Yeah, they definitely will. A really good pickup there for the side of Boom. I have to say, this BKB on a bot, it's still in 10 seconds, Mike. That's 2 fights in a row. It doesn't go off.
It's not great. Looks like Yule's arrow going to catch out Kescute at least. So there's your Nyx Assassin going down. Makoto, oh, he's a second early to the Roshan pit. It's going to spawn. But he was just about 2 seconds too early into the pit, so they aren't going to scout it out. Whose courier is that? Well, Hyde's got it under control. He's scouting out the Roshan. He knows. In we go.
Because he's a proper support. He's a proper support, Mike, and he uses it for lots of personas. See? Because he's smart. And it's paying off. Our IO has been escalating well. Mech up to sustain them. They aren't able to go in. They know Ravage is still up. And Cignal might be able to sneak it. They do have a lot of minus armor if they wanted to once a bot is back up. And they're just holding down the fort before Boom can make any moves.
Well, man, I'm not sure what that anchor smash was, sir. Tried to anchor smash the Roshan outside of the pit. Very, very cute. Didn't work. The bat gonna jump in. I can't believe they're actually getting this Roshan, John, but that is exactly what's happening right now. FBZ might be able to jump in time, and does get the stop off with the BKB on, and here comes Dreamer Cell. A bat has taken the Aegis, but they want to fight anyway. FBZ gonna go down. A bat not really getting hit by Dreamer Cell. He'll turn back around onto Van, trying to get some damage out, but a bat is willing to take the team fight. Dreamer Cell still trying to mad fight, but there's the Ravage just in time. They get the kill on Dreamer Cell. They'll get Hyde. They will lose the Aegis on the PA. But Makoto gonna be a bit of a sitting duck now as a bat. Just get in there with the dagger. Cookie not gonna land on anything. Makoto should just be dead and will eventually go down.
The Phantom strikes.
Harris is trying to look for another, but won't be able to find that Nyx Assassin who does run away. That fight was worth quite a lot of gold for the side of Cignal Ultra. Can they get objectives out of it though? That's the question. God damn it, Abat, pick up the damn repair kit. Every core leaves the... Look at that.
Yeah, look, he left it again.
Look at it.
He's full, Mike, but he's full. Look at his backpack. He has to keep that mango in.
He can drop the mango. Come on.
Who drops mangoes? They're sweet. They're nice. They're such good fruits. Ice Frog would not be happy with you, Mike. Denying his mangoes. How dare you? How dare you?
These damn POS 1 players never want to do anything.
Yeah, still, Boom's got to do something. I think that initiation pit was a bit wonky. They didn't start with Gobble Up. They started with the Blink In just a bit too early. Very good effort from FBZ, but...
Oh, nice Doom out. They caught the PA.
There's no Aegis.
No, there is not. A bat is going to go down. What is happening? What is happening?
Oh, boy. That's... unfortunate, but I guess that kind of evens it out. Not quite, but net worth is slightly to Boom's way now. That did cost him a Doom, but now you don't have to worry about high ground. Not with that Aegis taken out of the picture, and Dreamer Cell can keep building up. He's got that Silver Edge up, so he can get the break off on the Ench or the PA. MKB is going to be next, and that's going to be consistent damage for him. They're trying to hunt, though. Cignal knows where Mikado is, but they're a bit too slow. Can they?
Uh-oh, Mikado, that's the wrong time. Didn't know. Nice play out from James. He did not reveal himself. And Mikado actually still blinks away with the Ghost Scepter. While the rest of the team, Boom, they are going to move into that Tier 3 tower in the mid lane, but the Glyph will be forced out. Grimm's going to rotate in now. Does get Stormhammered by Dreamer Cell with the Silver Edge. Almost dies, but not quite. Aaron gets a stun into the Ravage. FBZ
Oh, God.
jumping in with the stop, but it's not going to mean anything. FBZ going to probably die, but the relocate will be there from Hyde. That'll mean now Hyde just dies. I think we'll have to come back eventually. But you know what's funny, John? If Makoto was with Hyde, he could gobble him up and stop him from going back.
Right. Yeah, if only. If only. Not quite it. Poor Mikado. Could have saved his little ball, but doesn't. And, well, Cignal now, they have a slight 1k lead. They found 2 big kills, but it costed them Ravage. So now Boom's going to have a window where they're going to have Doom. There's not going to be a Ravage to worry about, and they could choose another fight. No Roche here for Cignal. They are going to go for a shove. They might be able to pierce the high ground soon. A bot is still waiting for that Satanic, though, but they're feeling confident. Just running up. No buybacks here. Going to be half a minute, so they can get some significant work here.
Well, there goes your tier 3 tower. Mortimer's Kiss is going to delay things. They do have the siege creep, though. They can stick around. They're just going to be a bit cautious. There you go. The kisses will end. They'll go back in. Kezcute, he's gone for a run. He may get caught out, or he may not. He does TP out in time. So you've got a 1 Rax advantage now for Cignal Ultra.
Yeah.
I don't know what Boom's trying to do with this draft anymore. This Sven Aya.
It's got an explosive aspect to it, but the last fight was... It's all down to the cores using BKB. Last time Dreamocell didn't. We also saw a bot not pop his BKB. It's only at 9 seconds. We'll see if they can use those spells as they look for another fight.
Grim's Gobble Up is going to be out onto the Enchantress, so they are going to get a nice support pickup, or maybe not. He's going to try and force staff away, but won't make it. Van has Ravage in 20, but Jamesy going to jump in anyway on the Slanter. BKB up. Dreamocell is not going to be able to keep up with the Slanter. Back in, Van, 8 seconds away from Ravage, needs to be careful not to die here. He gets impaled and doomed up, and they just rush him straight away, but there comes the PA of Bat, trying to man-fight. Dreamocell is just trying to run away now into Hyde. Dreamocell turn back onto the Slanter, does take down Jamesy. Now the Mirana also dying in a Bat. He's going to try and man-fight this one. It's probably not going to work out in his favor unless he gets very lucky.
Ooh.
He will not, but Dreamocell does die to the impetus hit. Grims now, can they kill him?
Oh,
Goodness me.
no.
No,
No,
there
Kezcute.
you go, Mortimer's Kit. Alright. Grims will just run close to the Snapfire. No, alright, he'll die. A full team wipe.
Oh, God. Now this, Mike, this is a clown fiesta of a game. Boom wins out in the end, but it was not clean at all. And I don't know if you can really melt this. Mikado does have the little shredder, so you can get some work in. Has his level 20 talent as well. And it's not like he has right-click damage, but is better off. And maybe they find a tier 3. That's going to be a nice take for them. But that's more than likely all they'd find in this case. Oh, not even.
Oh, 1k net worth. What's Dota Plus need? Look, Dota Plus is having a heart attack right now, John. It's just drawing mountains, drawing the Beyond the Summit logo right now. It's just
Oh, that it is. It is.
very nice drawing as well, I must add. Still
Oh, yeah? Fantastic.
I mean, it's now we've got a bit of a tick going on here. Been a very back and forth. If one of these teams can, get a 5k plus lead, we might actually see something happen. But hasn't gotten there
man.
quite yet.
Nope. You are hitting some good item spikes here soon, though, Mike. Like, I'm looking at Hyde. The Aeon disc is going to be up next. So
Okay.
our eye is going to be able to stand there, take the burst. You're also starting to see level 20 talents start to line up. And that's going to be big. Level 25, sorry. The Dream Assault's close to his. Has a 24. So additional stun duration is great. God strength damage is great. Lots of options coming out there. And I want to see Mikado kind of switch out for damage build now, as you want to see from a snap. Maybe not a Divine Rapier that we've seen in a couple of games, but something to give him damage, and they do smoke up.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. Divine sounds like a great idea this game.
Shh, quiet, Mike. They might hear you.
Dreamer Cell, pick up the bounty rune. Van gonna go in, has the Ravage, but gets doomed up straight away by FBZ, and it looks like they will kill off Van. That'll be it. With that kill on the Tidehunter, though, he is down for 70 seconds. It might give you enough time to try and go high ground, but you are going to run out of the God Strength rather soon. So maybe not.
Yeah, it's a hard push up.
Oh, they're going in. A bat. Oh, that's a lot of crits coming out. Dreamer Cell. There he goes down. There goes Hyde. Makoto has been left behind. Makoto also going to die.
Jeez. A bot. That is pain incarnate here on the PA. And he's still using Ring of Aquila. Was there nothing better in the neutral stash for him? Yeah, there's legitimately nothing better. That's unfortunate for the PA, but they make it work, and Roche, the lead.
Oh, those are some crappy tier 3 items. Jeez.
They really are.
I mean, the telescope's great, but it doesn't suit anyone.
No.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's garbage. All right.
At least they have a repair kit, Mike.
True.
It's there. Oh man, this is well, there's that 5k lead now for Cignal. They've got a 5k lead.
Amazing.
They're in a really good spot. They can look at the high ground. They still have Ravage on their end. Man, that's unfortunate. Boom gets the Orb of Destruction instead. Like, you would have loved that if you were that PA right now, but it's on the opposite side. So, Cignal, they're going to start Pearson. They've got their teamfight spells, they've got their BKBs, and Boom has to pull some sort of great defense here, because the towers don't hold for long.
Eris is leaping around the Dire base. Into the racks. Dreamer Cell really needs this MKB up. I mean, it's getting to that point now where I'm just getting a little bit concerned. I don't know if you want to fight anymore without that MKB, and you start to question why even bother going for the Silver Edge, at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's only really useful for that Enchantress, but Sven doesn't care because he has so much attack speed with Nio and a Massive Madness, so it's a moot point. The biggest part is MKB has to come in and Satanic, because the PA gets a 3-second life when she pops hers. You need to keep up. And speaking of that PA, a bot does go for the 100 coup de grace critical damage, so good luck is all I have to say about that one.
Yep. Has no boots at the moment, has to just walk very slowly. This is unfortunate for a bat, but that's what you get for being this farmed. There's your MKB up now on Dreamer Cell. That might make it so they can actually kill the Phantom Assassin properly. They are going to move in, but bot lane, they have found a ban FBZ. He does have the Doom, but the Ravage is going to be there from FBZ. Dreamer Cell, you might want to turn around and hit that PA. A bat is going to try and man fight this one out, hoping for a crit. Dreamer Cell does not want to fight. He's going to turn back around thanks to Makoto. Does get the kill. Relocated out now by Hyde. Jamesy goes in on Kescute. But it's just a mess. Makoto trying to TB is going to die as well.
Yeah, oh man, it's tough. They didn't get to use the Doom. The Ravage was on point from Van, and this is what we were looking for. Had to fly out before BKBs do. Van has been on point now with catching these heroes out. And Boom need to respect the Tidehunter a bit. They will need to buy back to prevent this push. They're going to hold out as long as possible in Mikado, but they need that snap here.
Tower gone. Dreamer Cell. Bat's gonna TP. No, he's not. He's gonna cancel it.
No.
Gobble up. That's a long gobble up NPC. All right, they'll get the Mirana. Fair enough.
Man, that's sickening actually. Like, so max range gobble up into a blink as well. Can you imagine how far you can theoretically reach with a gobble up plus full range blink? That's actually sickeningly far. That feels like half the map of range if you wanted to actually initiate that way. Then you just drag your Sven in. You have to be careful about splitting up here, Cignal. I mean, you lose Mirana. It's not the biggest. But you don't want to give opportunities here to Boom. 14k lead, still looking good though, Cignal. And Dreamosol does hit his 25, so he does get more Godstrength damage, but... Well,
Okay, is coming in. Just going to be way off target though. Jamesy does end up killing off Makoto. FBZ going to try and fight, does get the Doom off onto the PA. She's just going to turn back around though and just hit them. Dreamosol's trying, he might get the PA, no, he gets bashed. He does get the Stormhammer, but
Oh,
no,
God. Oh,
it is not
God.
going to mean anything. There you go, there's the GG call. No
2,000
buybacks left. Hey?
2,000 crit.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a big crit, John.
29.
We're 41 minutes into the game now. 40k net worth on the PA. Game 1 will go to Cignal Ultra.
Yeah, just spectacular plays. They held out. They managed to get that farm going. They kind of revitalized JMC after that atrocious laning start. But, you know, it was Slardar versus Snap, to be expected. And they just make it work. I think Cignal Ultra, if they kind of maintain that, they can really easily carry themselves to wins. Now, Boom, this experimentation with the Sven IO, I think, is really costing them. Maybe they just feel confident in finding draws, but you have to be a bit cautious. Your positioning right now in groups, it can kind of slide around. It's still very tenuous, so you don't want to kind of drop out here. And we'll see if they change it up or if they're just going to go back to this IO again.
Let's find out. It's MLP Dota and johnxfire. We'll be back in 10 minutes to see what this draft entails for both teams, quite frankly, John. See you all again very, very soon.